Nafi Yakano Ede Atuaso Brighto Television. And the Kumasa Asante Kotoko arrival. Send the BIM no. Kumasa Asante Kotoko Chinaba. Asante Kotoko Chinaba. Amoni true democracy. Probably Ametema. Kumasa Asante Kotoko. The Papa Warrior. Probably Kumasa Asante Kotoko. Chinaba Pima. We MTN FA Cup quarter-final game. Any tomorrow day true democracy. Asante Kotoko any true democracy. Asante Kotoko any true democracy. Chinaba Pima arrival of Kumasi Krobia Metema Asante Kotoko. Live on Brighto TV. Live on Brighto TV. Live on Brighto TV. Asante Kotoko Chinaba. The Porcupine Warriors. The Porcupine Warriors. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Bobo Kono Anyaba. I'm going to be kind. Who are true democracy. I'm going to come back for the fact. I hear her. Massa, I say you need to come back. Ruth no, you need to come back. And Sana Maba, it is more the Kaba. More time, Emla. It's going to go for Naba. Emla no Yajuma, for the connection with the Kaba. I said true democracy. I saw my name of true for your mind, Baba. I'm not going to go for the Debbie Massa. We are who be that. We waste a means now. I'm going to waste a means here. It's me in the camera. And I'm going to go for Naba. And Asante Kotoko, place in the civil we are true democracy. I also about the Kahona, the Etini Ako Kama. And the arrival of Asante Kotoko through democracy given on Anu Abeshi, MTN FA Cup, MTN FA Cup, quarter-final stage, live on Brighto TV, live on Brighto Media. Kotoko place no. Everybody is in a phase. I'm room for the big gamer, and also about 7 o'clock. And I'm giving it back over here. Subscribe to the channel, notification bell, because so it is story to my when you be not watch my renty to democracy for no. It's you on Moka. If you are, I'm ready to come back. I'm running Chester. I don't home team. Home team. We are na Musmaba. Na bibia tuma ko kama ana mo se ampa football rule sanity enti ya tia se asindie bibia dem kama enti karago players no be sisi na fi yaka no ede atuaso Brighto Television enti Kumasa Asante Kotoko arrival sene de bia yema no o he na o he coach Ogun Prosper na Ogun yes assistant coach so atuaso yes, and see, Kotoko 24 labor now. And see, Kotoko coaching staff now. And see, Krobia Metema, Steve Westi, media officer for Asante Kotoko. Bobo Ekuno, Kotoko place in the Baby CC. Kumasi Krobia Asante Kotoko. We are now golden, and I say true democracy. I'm also at Maba. We are not true democracy. And so at Miaba, Abaya Yasi, the person, Econo, Luciano Ram, Saba, Blame Kunku as well, Saka Dauda, and the person. Eti let's move back Kanaka Mase Krobia Metema Asante Kotoko Among and a Elubemno the Metema Tenedu and a Econo Tenedu Kamara Mohammed Kamara goalkeeper and so about Africa Cyrus goalkeeper to Ekubi Eti let's know and Ebano Patrick Estidu and so ati atomi abeta mo avieta enti yes club ya Asante Kotoko Mrante no na Eurogram a tough game only through democracy and a body Papa Yara Stadium. Yes, we bring a team manager and so a Pima, the rival of Asante Kotoko. If are not true democracy for no so they don't want to be a Camona, a prayer name. Asante Kotoko. True democracy for the combine on the rules and regulations, no. HSA, the home team, no. NSA, the kind of and Sana waiting, no. Etmiaba, and Timu Pat Mokano, na Kotoko Yembra, Yeba, ya, na Mosmo Tiaba, Emma, Embrano, Ayajuma, Embrana Yajuma, and Kotoko, so. Baba so on pressure bia no pressure for the team bus driver Baba and so every tuna free to democracy for no and so etmiaba Baba Yara Stadium Mafia Asante Kotoko and true democracy. Mafia Asante Kotoko, any true democracy live on Brighto Media. Ghana ha 10 video so media and worship Brighto Media. Subscribe to the channel. Oko Facebook now I follow you. Now be here to my come MTN Africa. For the final stage, Asante Kotoko. True democracy, rival the superstitious and Yama Bibi energy Uno and I say Kotoko for the fair superstition Yajuma of football, superstition Yajuma of football, Mianchen, and for Bibia Mihura. Afrina Asante Kotoko. I'm a two-card of true democracy. I'm also an Ebano. Democracy for Ebano. True democracy for Ebano. Ebano. Na I got 25 minutes. Na give no a chassis and true democracy for no. You say omo own na promise on winning game we are or special package we at the moment true democracy. Yeah, almost special package they are promising boys and say once they win they have a special package. That is it for true democracy. So we to share Kotoko. On special package. Referees also at the young woman. So be any break. What the moon into this is true democracy. The special package. The team owner at the end of true democracy. The zone 3. Almost zone 3. We call Division 1 league now. We say zone 1. Zone 1.
Favor Kotoko. Prosper no sa system in favor pa. Oba the ball the long balls near there out the confuse Kotoko. And it is going to be a very, very, very nice game. They will put the ball on the ground. They will want to walk the ball into the Kotoko area. They will want to possess. No mu pia ball the Kotoko afemo. Eho and Asante Kotoko. And so ebe chire ne bobre ho. And Asante Kotoko. And so ebe chire de one so ebe timi aye e wo game. So we are 14 minutes away from kickoff. 14 minutes away from kickoff. Emmanuel Owusu-Little, the commentator for the day. One ena na live commentary no. What you for you at the actually. Yamao be BSO from attendance to Kotok. Both team ever arrive here. The team arrive past the attendance. Mama both teams. Warm up session. And line up and so yade abetuja at the amount. Of course, we will be as a pepe true democracy. No question me women say me 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 home nyachom. Nipa bi nyachom. True democracy for the pan say me hwa o moda. True democracy players me ni mo. Etinya fe and I may be Hunyachum, the other Chesaze, the minimum will be any derby. I don't know them. Yes, even though they are a team competing or the FA Cup, because predominantly they play in the Division 1 and Division 1 Zone 1 there. How many times? This is my Division 1 games. I be quite heroes. And I are quite games kakra. Which should be understandable. It should be understandable. Say be quite heroes them to me kakra. Better than my free Kumasi, some drive you, some for plane was a head through democracy. So on the would say it is far-fetched. If you are expecting that for me, only fair to me. So we expect some quack show more. That is the matter at stake. It's minimum, but game no you better and trust as will come and review. The Bible review game no. The room I share the cool ye the uncle ye sign the sequoia tactics a coach boy bibia and you say the buy but transit. You details room now a review game nankasa and so Eddie Amawa and no any ASANTE KOTOKO. So that is it. Kumasi Babara Sports Stadium referees ASANTE KOTOKO a protest here. Say referee Maso Hans, you know, a referee. One mum penny masher or games I say. Maso Hans in the Kotoko. Akaso mum penny masher or games I say Sabi. Obedi referee na. Onya fair and fama ASANTE KOTOKO. Obaso obedi referee na. Unyina kumum enya fair and fama ASANTE KOTOKO. And for that matter, they don't expect the GFA to be naming him. Say Omedi Omo a games. Kotoko Echiroko and Ampa and Penny4 and so Ajatum Ama. You know what I say? And your mo and a Maso Hansen and a ABD game. True democracy. Goalkeeper Kofi Otu Emba. Kofi Otu Emba. Afi Omo Ewo Kwesi Mensa Abraham Amwa Emmanuel Lawe Sameyo. Nedianya Sameyo Joseph Donko Abdalu Seidu Jeffrey Nana Osei Eric Kwakwa Mate Mahama Chris Aka ena omo ewo Arnold Apia ai sei ena omo etim na etie am tenio ma biase omo team no mu omo team sheet na ba na so omo goalkeeper mienu and started ya chiro GK ashop nchai Arnold Apia eshe jersey number 58 GK Chris Aka eshe jersey number 50 GK Mate Mahama eshe 49 Eric Kwakwa eshe 32 Jeffrey Nana Osei eshe 31 Avdalu Seidu eshe jersey number 30 Joseph Donko jersey number 24 Emmanuel Lawe Sameyo jersey number 22 Abraham Amwa jersey number 20 Kwesi Mensa jersey number 8 and Emba Kofi Otu jersey number 2 because what the end some dia mad Enti Ble Samba Enchi Dauda Saka Elvis Cheba for Kamara Mohammed Patrick Asiedu Andrews Ntiman Kwampoku Beye Daniel Adrian Ajete Michael Sifa we said and also etie and I don't want some at the amount Babara Sports Stadium and ASANTE KOTOKO one ejina enti Kotoko team na omodi win the last FA Cup game no 3 changes and abam Kotoko's team omodi win the last FA Cup game and the last league game the last FA Cup game no Kamara was not imposed last league game no Emmanuel did not start and Ntimanu did not start yes okay I say Ntimanu as no suspension in the league proper no but we FA Cup and that is the picture that we can paint for our listeners and our viewers. Aka, how many minutes? 9. Not giving a chance here. 9 minutes to the start of the game. 9 minutes. Not giving a chance here. I was the Baba Yaran Sports Stadium. And everything you need to know about this game live on your screens. Everything you need to know. Bibia, ese umubiano. Ya the amount. Your room pa. Me a pobi. Ewo Pepe Suarez channel so YouTube. Po na me no. Nipa 268 and as you speak or more at who is winning 95% ASANTE KOTOKO 1% a draw, 3% as it true democracy, and a winning. Until the chances of Kotoko advancing based on the poll, my People's Rise channel, YouTube, 95% for Kotoko, 1% has drawn game, and 3% for true democracy. 96, 4, and 3-1, and I quite 100. 96 for Kotoko, 1 as draw, and 3. So the other team and so every winning. Okay, we said here and so at here. Oh, now the GDA go for was a Kotoko winning was so pa. GDA, mine for was a Kotoko winning. I was so papa. It's young Jable room, El Babara, na Emmanuel Owusu-Little, or a chief executive producer of Akoma Sports, or no at Tujano, Eddie Amaye. Emmanuel Owusu-Little, the chief executive producer, our Akoma Sports, one of Abbott Tujano, Eddie from Framanum, Eddie Ama, a tearful in a baby, will be and he say, oh, Nkran. Na Nkran, China Capano, the Pumpuniman Tamaso. Sagas and China Bazo Chamas, you Nkran Pumpuniman. It's one more crano, move it to your commentary no Umia, right? Omefa Umia. Na Omo Motakra na afa e connect. Wo asante man temane ba bia oti enka bia wo befa e wakoma 87.9. Na ya de commentary no e de ehia ba bia wo bia. Dumadi no ano ehye ano odin. Ya de ehia mo e ba bia mo People's Rise e na otimi nkan. Ye tire mu ache. Ye tire mu ache. Ya enya asemketoa. Ye tire mu ache kakra. Na ni nyina ne se ye de ni nyina e de ebro enti sapepe ena dwumadi no enso etie sapepe ena dwumadi no enso etie. In the next 6 minutes the game will start. It here has a little enso e babara na entie said e hwankasa atmosphere etie ba bi ehia me pa ya attendance so far akwasa in and say the attendance is very 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 poor. Attendance is extremely poor. El Babara Sports Stadium. So we want to go there. Na yenhwe said so far attendance no enso etie El Baba Nyara Sports Stadium. 2 teams, every dressing room back to the pitch. See how the mako inside afi no ho baba na yabo FA Cup no mo nyum bijana omo de wuram na afi omaba e the game no aba hyehyɛ so. Ti so far eno aye de ekoso El Babara Sports Stadium. Any de bibia e de emamo e Emmanuel Owusu-Little the chief executive producer Akoma Sports. Little who position our stadium attendance rate is
well, once again, yes, and check here for also what's your more I check a career donko and had some more business memory. It's the Boha confirmation on Konobo up permanent and every year.
You got a penalties. It is how I bet you penalties.
Yeah, from Sunday to Sunday, I am right. Yet also the attendance here for Kotoko standard Eluku abysmal, but for this quarter final stage Eluku quite impressive. Oshe Enra attendance by an area attendance by not a company media and media was so kakra and opponent opposition was so kakra and Kebia Emma attendance na pubu kakra. The idea to compare 3 games that was so far. Measure a trend vista against Park Academy. So, golden cake and book on the year Carolina and then you made the against true democracy, and also understanding Yabulina. I'm a como in the pub work.
Led by Coach Prosper Natelgu. You can see the legs. Atiapa rules for the commencement of this game. And Kotoko already trying to make and catch it. Less than 1 minute. They are trying to register here. Intentions against this throw them across the side. We've had some very veteran staff in the Division 1 League as well as this season's MTN FA Cup. But they would have to defend this. And there's a corner kick coming from the left-hand side, floated across. And has been met, has been booted out. But they'll stay on the edge of the area. And Kotoko once again will try to corner the dots. The man in the 44 shot brought down. And there's Sajeti Adwin brought down. And that's a bit of warning coming from Atiapa, who needs to tell the defender. I'm forced to be a bit careful. Where there's tackles, that is a very dangerous area. You've got to really add a bit of caution to it anytime you're trying to mark these Kotoko players. We'll be looking for such pieces to see if we can capitalize on it. Well, let's see, Kotoko's corner kick. Well, I beg your pardon, it's a free kick from a very acute angle. As they push a lot of bodies for it. Well, let's see what happens with this one. True democracy without to defend. Floated across, that's a lovely hit there. A justice play, and he fired it wide. Kotoko's keeper fails to keep it down. But there's a bit of complaints here from the Kotoko players. Maybe we'll have to just watch. And finds Intimenu, who brings it back to Samba O'Neill. Hits it into Kamara. Just 12 inches out. Decides to go for the long drive. Display loses out on the ball, and True Democracy once again will run around from the far left hand side. Drops it in on that. Scrump is it in. Opoku and team again, and then comes up somebody. And that will be another complaint. It looks like we're going to be seeing marathon of complaints into this game, especially from these two teams. That's a lovely play from Ntimenu. Lovely way to cut in. But of course, come off somebody in a 7 jersey. That's a Kugri. That's to Temi's header. That's a textbook header. And goal kick for True Democracy FC. Here's Samuel, who is ensuring that his colleagues are just ready to receive what the bullet is about. Throwing inside. Managed to in possession again. They've been on the right foot since the blast of the whistle. Showing that they've got really so much experience. Well, here's Dr. Prosper Natel Goodman of ASANTE KOTOKO. The man who have got so much experience in the league. Reached the round 64 of the MTN FA Cup back in 2021-2022 season. In the 2023-2024 season, reached the round of 16. And then the season 2024-2025 is already in a quarterfinal looking for his first summit. 23 yards out. And that's a long way, isn't it? Kodoma's got a big tax to perform this evening, unless to keep that one out of his own Johnny net. And that's going to be a long drive, oh my goodness, nearly to the far side. Well, just flashes wide, but not a bad idea. Ricochets. Sideline. Just look at it again. That was Hot space there between those two players. Well, we've done less than 10 minutes, 9-minute play. And the story is that Kotoko haven't been able to find the back of the net. And the same for True Democracy FC. True Democracy who puts men forward as they try to see if they can chase for an opener. You know, certainly it's going to be a long drive coming in from Kadri. And stopped. There's Kadri again, going back to win it. There's another push from Justice Blade for Sakarauda. Sends it across. Hassan brought things out, but here's Justice Blade on the best of touch from Kotoko's keeper. But they managed to keep possession and try to whip their way from the far left, right hand side. Back to the skipper. Eugene taking his time to scan his area and find those men in the yellow set. That's Botchway. The best of touch. And now True Democracy have it in midfield. Brings it back. That's Shani. And True Democracy, we say that's a bit of expressional play from them. Akugri. Now to the man in the 2-0-2. Sina. Mafus coming forward from the far left-hand side, but the flag is already up. At least to Hottest Dream. And Kotoko have been spared a big relief with the waving of that flag. They'll take their try quickly. That's a poor one taken from Kotoko, but they managed to win possession. Still allowed to drive forward once again through West Sefai's base. Here's Saka looking for Patrick Asieru. And that's a big boots. And Kotoko wins the throwing advantage. Quickly taken by Patrick Asieru. Here's Saka down there. Decides to go for the blast. And it's in. Kotoko opens the scoring account. And it's Saka down there. Hutsik. And with ease, first Kotoko into the lead. And Amwa cannot just rate it. The Porcupine Warriors are dancing and clapping. And Sakarauda hit it from inside the box. That's a quality hit, isn't it? That's a bit careless from True Democracy's defense. Will be asking themselves a lot of questions. How they managed to fall back all of a sudden. And it was a quick throw taken by Patrick Asieru, who saw Sakarauda run into that space. Not the best of power drive, but it is just enough to beat goalkeeper Amwa between the two sticks for True Democracy. Unless you can watch it for yourself again and enjoy the moment. Here's Blake with an inside pass looking for Patrick Asieru once again, but that's just too heavy for the left back to keep on a tap. Confirmation of the scoreline for you at the moment. 30-minute played. And then Sakarauda's goal making a difference at the moment. And it just tells you that the pressure touch has been turned on to this True Democracy side. Hold that to at least conjure something special if they really want to Cause a bit of havoc here. And Kotoko has got a corner kick. Looks to be a short one taken. Here's Asiedo. Sends it to A winger. A full space to make it. But advantage will stay with the man in the yellow as they try to push a lot of bodies for it. And it was always going to be a difficult task for them. Taking on one of the most informed sides now in the Ghana Premier League. For the record winners of the Ghana Premier League and second best team in this competition. Bit of exchange there. Here's Akogi trying to win it. Well, there's a skip out the side. Jane Owens it. Well, the pocket point Tessery here in the numbers. Well, here's Jane their side on. We've done quarter of an hour. With 30 minutes more left in this first half department of the game. And the Porcupine Warriors are really having a real night here. It's becoming a bit frustrated. Other days True Democracy players so needs to stay a bit calm. Unless they've got long minutes left in this game. It's just early days yet, and anything can happen. But Justice Blaze stays on the turf. And a skip up the side. Has been very inspirational to his team. It's to be a big blow if he fails to continue with the game. Let's see what the medics have got to say about this situation. The cut to kill for the moment to take the free kick as the skipper walks to the far side to be attended to. Reduced to 10 men. That's a long ball drive coming in from the left hand side. I need to be watched as they rolls over beyond the bar line. And that's True Democracy's goal kick at the moment as they hope to press the restart button all over again. Lovely play now from True Democracy. Coming forward, that's a big defending. And there's a Kroger who's just made his way into the box. The referee is spotting something. Well, some of the golden kick officials in the stands watching on this game as they managed to pick that spirited performance against Kerala United from the penalty spot where they won 5-3. And they're just watching on eagerly. For them, they've set up a match with a Trump DVC in the semi-finals. But as it stands, Kotoko have got one leg or one nose in the lead into the semi-finals, except True Democracy really get themselves back into this tie. A bit of temporary hold-up as Patrick Asiedo is escorted out. So there, a long one into the channel. Saka drops it. Democracy will clear their lines. Saka out there. He's fouling his marker. Well, maybe True Democracy have just understood the intent of this game after conceding.
Afenso Jana jetting that form no. Hey, Jana jetting that form no.
That's another big play from True Democracy now in Kotoko's territory. Drags it back. Anderson sends it the A-string, but there's nobody there to meet it. Kotoko coming forward, drags it into the middle, looking for entry. The supply has been cut. Ajete. 0-2. Looking for Botchway, finds it. Drags it back to the far right hand side for Kruger. Left hand deep. Into the final third of Kotoko. That's my full stride to bed. Ajete to it. At the far corner side. Go past him, gets into the box. This could be a long.
Bleu Pedjem, now so my club on the floor, Blafakoti, Timenu, Piazzo, Ayakoma, Adran, Ajete, Andrews, Piazzo Adran, Ajete Bio, Adran, Wallet Bianco, Bono. Me patch on your so who you know. You know so who you know. Ah, because if you can defend that you be picture here and with me a boy man can go no anti-yama. Bono a temporary hold up. No chances in Kukubile at the front.
I'll speak about true democracy. It's been an exciting road to the quarterfinal for them. Here's Sanders in. As they try to open up a bit. There's Kadri, lovely ball up front. I guess already up. And now somebody not excited about it. It's been a regular starter. Somebody else. It's one of the most reliable centre backs for Kotoko this season. Century drags it to the left hand side. Patrick Casero tried to drift a bit. And a free kick once again has been conceded by True Democracy. And that's it. That's the first man to go into the book of referee Alfonso Atiapa this evening. That's a lovely touch. He's trying to break away. And he just goes to the ground. 29 minutes. And this man on your screen is the most busiest at this moment. He's got a lot of stuff to talk about. There's another Kotoko's free kick. This time around from the left inside, and it's a copper bullet, and it's been well dealt with by Amwa. I saw it drifting onto his first right inside. He managed to parry it away. But Kotoko are just battling the pressure at the moment. Have been enjoying this game right from the blast of the whistle. Back to Asiedu. Amwa. They need to be careful and nearly gets in the second. Yes, entry. And the referee whistles. That's a huge relief. For this True Democracy side. You can see the man in a 31 jersey just looking around. Kwame Opoku has been silent this evening. I trust him to burst onto the scene any moment. He's have that glorious opportunity to hit the back of the net. Just need something little. As the skip of the side is Eunice got it out. Pick a knock at the back of his head. The game will resume. And Scott Kill will have to attack once again. And she fails to be found. But Kotoku will continue pressing and pressing. And it's finally brought out of the channel. Mafus calling for it. But on the best of connection, Team Enu. Entry back to Team Enu. Clever play. And it's butted out now. Salasan Mahmoud with that clever clearance from that channel. And it's to avert the danger. But Kotoku will continue again in that territory from the left hand side. Entry. Second elder. Turns it into Justice Blade. And True Democracy once again will clear their lines. Very scrappy play from the Timber-based team. They're saving it. We're talking about True Democracy. Beat Quewu Rangers by 2 goals to 0. Continued with a 2-2 draw and finally won from the penalty spot when he beat Sampe Academy 4-3 on penalties. And caused the big scare. Now he beat it. Dreams FC 1-0. And also adding Nani FC to the pack. This evening, you can just tell that they are facing a real match in order from Asante Kotoko. And it's just interesting. You can really see Kotoko's intent. Absolutely. Waiting all over today's game. And you can just tell. Entry brings it back to Kamara. It's back into the middle. That's in Team Enu. Not going to break away from. His opponent. In his Makane process, and you can see absolutely disgusted by that call from the referee. Not happy with it. And there's a lot of stuff happening. Asiru, tricky one inside. That's Mafus. On the receiving end of it again. That's the referee. Dip his hand into his pocket and flashes out another yellow. Taking a tally of yellow cards in this evening game to 2 for the same side. That's the 6th minute. And that's the man who is trying everything possible to see if his side can get back into the game. Yes, look, man, Moro, former player of Tema, Real Sportif, and the national under-20 side. Yes, Kotoko brings this one. Yes, a big one from play. Fans Asiedu. But the post is just too much. And Democracy would have to try and organize their defensive line. It's been very shaky. It's been very jittery. Not well organized. Anytime Kotoko is trying to attack. Abdul Basit brings it back. What a bit of miscommunication. And Alassane Mamoudou once again will fail to strike it in. And Kotoko will be excited as they take the corner kick. Well, in case you've just joined us, it's the quarterfinals of the MTN FA Cup, the penultimate clash. As Kotoko is already leading through Democracy FC. As we've seen, 3 teams already booked their way into the semi-finals. That's a lovely ball there from Anchiajoy, and a penalty has been given to Asante Kotoko. And you can see everyone is just up on their feet. And next man, Kwame Opoku, I was just telling you about him. He does not need so much. He does not need so much off the ball. He does not need to see so much off the ball. Just a little effort. And he. Well, let's wait a minute. Here was it again. And the first one well taken care of. The second one. You need to really keep your eyes in that incident. But absolutely nothing was done to him. Kwame Opoku. Nobody touched him. That is a very difficult angle for the referee to see. Maybe we'll have the benefit of seeing that replay and to ascertain whether there was any touch on Kwame Opoku. Well, it's a very difficult decision. The referee have already taken the penalty for the Porcupine Warriors, who went around to make it 2 before they head into the dressing room. And there's a skip out the side, Justice Blade, who walks up to it. It's the tale of 2 different opposite teams tonight. As Kotoko inspirationally look for the second one. Well, the big question is, can the goalkeeper go for that one? Keep it out. Blay! Oh, comes off the woodwork. And True Democracy hangs on to the 1-goal cushion against them. The woodwork to the rescue. Big miss there from the big captain. Here's entry. There's a tap from behind, but referee played advantage. Forced to sack it out. Decides to go with his favorite right foot. Cuts it onto the edge of the 18-yard. Bends one in. And that's just too heavy. It's a goal kick. Look at Justice Blaze. Penalty once again. Crits the crossbar and comes out. And there's nobody to pounce on it to make it 2. Well, really beating the goalkeeper. Something down now. What has been taken against True Democracy. One needs to be a bit calm now. Looks like they're just in a haste and making all the wrong decisions at the moment. Also, True Democracy, founded in 1984, registered as a club in 1993, and gained promotion to Division 2 in 2006 before becoming a Division 1 club in 2024. Side will take it quickly as they walk for it. True Democracy, can they put parity? And it's cleared by somebody else. But the danger has not been effectively dealt with. Lots of twists and turn on the edge. Here's Abdul Basit bringing it forward. This rather Kadri. It goes to the ground. And for the first time, we might be seeing Kotoko's yellow card. And it's flashed to the man in the 10 jersey. Emmanuel entry. .44-minute played. Few seconds to hit the top. Yes, Kadiri. Much way back, not the best of pass. But has been blocked. Justice Blake finds it. Hit it in. But Blake goes to the ground. Lots of temporary hold up. And this time around, they skip up the side edge. Who gets into the book of the referee, and you can see the True Democracy fans really out here in their numbers. That's quite impressive, isn't it? Unless you see most of them travel in their numbers. Took him out here to throw their weight behind their side, who are trailing at the moment by goal to nil. After Kotoko failed to increase their tally from this particular incident, we're just seeing on our screens. And it's Blake. Well, confirmation of Edgin's yellow card for you. Played the former Media Mighty playmaker, joined it on loan in 2019 and has since become a familiar figure around the club. 32 years of age. Played a crucial role for Kotoko in their 2021-2022 title triumph. And it's time to lead this pocket pan warrior side after gifted with a huge leadership responsibility. Osiero cuts it into Intimino on the edge, and True Democracy recovers quite well. Kogi is Botchway instead, the man in the 10 jersey. And we might be seeing another yellow card flash out to Justice Blay. And it's marathon of yellow cards already in the first 45 minutes. You just tells you of the high tempo nature of the game. The two sides really being physical out here. And that's confirmation of Blaise yellow card. True Democracy pushes men forward to see if they can make something useful of this last opportunity. They might be coming in this first 45 minutes, but there's a bit of trouble here. Kwame Poko chases. Kanamwa makes it very simple. Here's 0-2. Trying to connect back to his keeper. Who drags it into the penalty box. Amor is just on the standby for it, but goalkeeper Amor decides to go long. Also he tries to pick a Krugu. That's Justice Akrugu. And that's Samba O'Neill. A very towering figure at Kotoko's defense. Now JT. Here's entry. That's safe with a long drive up front. He lost everybody. 4-4 to a red set. Kotoko cuts in. And that's another piece of brilliant work from AG. But Kotoko not retreating. And it's a corner kick for all your hard work and all their push in this dynamics of the game. Let's see what we make of this corner kick. And it's likely to be floated high. Well, that certainly ends it. That is the last activity for this first half department of the game. And it's Kotoko that heads into the dressing room with a one-goal cushion from Saka Daudes. Lovely cheeky hit to beat goalkeeper Amwa in his own post. Always gifting the home side a huge advantage. And certainly there'll be a lot to talk about in the dressing room between Coach Prosper Natelgu, but for Coach Luke Manimoro, I'm telling you, the discussion will be endless. It's half time at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Kotoko 1, True Democracy 0. Don't go anywhere as we connect back to the pitch side where my colleagues will be on a standby for halftime analysis.
The Babaya Sports Stadium. It is the first department of the game between Kumasi, Krobia, Asante, Kotoko, then True Democracy. It is the MTN FA Cup. As I told you, we are live on Metro TV, we are live on Original TV, so as Original FM, live on Adam TV, then live on Joy Prime. My name is Tana Kwesi Ajima Jr. Of course, you can call me Naji the Darling Boy. I'm doing this with Krobia, Asante. Krobia, the first department of the game has come to an end. Your perception so far in the first department?
Yeah, Naji, it has been an interesting game. It has been a very cagey encounter. So far as the first department of the game is concerned, Kotoko playing so well, dominating play, orchestrating things on the field of play. True Democracy, they've been super indeed. And marvels, they are playing so well, and they've been giving Kotoko a very heck of a time. And look at that first 45 minutes. It has been an interesting game, end-to-end stuff, a very good display from the two sides.
Before I come to the penalty incident, some of us have gotten the privilege to watch the replay and that kind of stuff. But you know, referees looking at where he was standing and the positioning at where he was, we know the decision always comes from them. But let's look at the first 45 minutes. Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO making so many incursions in the final third of True Democracy, but they were just able to bury just a chance. What was wrong with Kotoko?
Well, I think they couldn't imagine to have expected that display from True Democracy.
Okay.
Through to this stage, Kotoko have been meeting Division 1 sides. They've been whipping them left, right, and center. Future Stars got their share. Young Wise got their share. And Accelerate also got their share. By the way of Kotoko beating all these teams before reaching out to this particular stage and playing against True Democracy. True Democracy, a Division 1 side, who is not doing that well.
They're not performing.
Who is not doing that well. I think they are sit on the league log in their zone. So they are not performing that well. But I think that they've been giving Kotoko a very tough run for their money. So far as the first 45 minutes is concerned, it has been an end-to-end stuff. Kotoko making sure they use their character, their experience, and the individual qualities they have in their ranks or they have at their disposal. And I think that at the end of the day, they've not been able to score 2-3 goals past them, but I think they've been able to clinch a goal. So far as the first 45 minutes is concerned, they got a goal as early as possible just to unsettle the display of True Democracy. But hey, they never slept on that. They've been brilliant to watch. They've been playing so well against Kotoko, creating a couple of chances, making all the incursions by way of getting the equalizer. But trust the Kotoko defense, they've been able to curtail all the attacking threats from that of True Democracy. In that midfield row, Kotoko have been dominating the midfield row. Justice Blay, Andrews Inti Menu, and of course, the main man himself, the playmaker, Emmanuel Enchi. He has not been on top of his game.
You're talking about Emmanuel Enchi. I'm not cutting you. But look at you. The way he received that card, I think it was needless.
Yeah. He has not been on top of his game, and this is a playmaker, for God's sake. His passes are not going through. He's been given 40 passes, and I think that incisive passes to unleash the attackers, to find the back of the net, it is not forthcoming from him. And I think that he seems frustrated, a bit frustrated on the field of play. He's been giving away some passes, and I think that he has not had a very good first half.
Of the day.
Yeah. The first half is one to forget in his life for ASANTE KOTOKO.
Now let's come to True Democracy. We cannot take anything away from them. Though you said in the very first, when you were giving your analysis, that they are not performing in their respective league. But this time around, playing against a big team like Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO, I think that I see them giving Kotoko too much respect. Don't you see that from True Democracy?
No, from the kind of display they've delivered in the first 45 minutes, there's no respect. Had it been any other team, they could have sit back, making sure they hit Kotoko on the counter break. But they've opened the game widely. They are playing Kotoko toe-to-toe. They are matching them up on the field of play. So it clearly tells us that they are in for the victory and they are in to beat ASANTE KOTOKO. They are not playing any style that would even give any third party the notion that they are defending or they are respecting Kotoko. They've opened the game and they are matching Kotoko boot for boot on the field of play. They are attacking Kotoko so well. They are not defending. Neither are they also sitting back to hit Kotoko on the counter break. They've opened the game. Only that Kotoko's individual quality and collectively the kind of unit and the kind of cohesiveness they have at their half, that is what is giving Kotoko the edge over True Democracy. But hey, it has been an interesting display from the Division 1 side. they've been giving a very, very good account of themselves. And hey, they've given us a very, very good display from them.
So a first entertaining first half here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. As I told you, we are live on Metro TV, we are live on Original TV, we are live on Original FM, we are live on Joy Prime, so as Adams TV. We are live on Net2 TV, and we are live on AFA Sports Center. On Facebook, it's AFA Sports _GH. And don't forget, Sporty FM in Kumasi and Accra. We are also live there. Once again, as I told you, I'm Nana Kwesi Jr. You can call me Naji. I'm here with Krobia Asante. It is the MTN FA Cup, the match between Kumasi, Krobia, Asante Kotoko, and True Democracy. In the first department of the game, it has ended. Kotoko, they are leading by a goal to 0, courtesy Salka Dauda. Now, Krobia, let's look at the second half. What should the two coaches do? Let's start with True Democracy.
Well, I think credit to them, and I personally give them a thumbs up. Their coach, Mate, I think, brilliant coach. My first time.
I know him as far back in Division 2.
Oh, okay. My first time watching his side, True Democracy. I've watched them a couple of times, but seeing him on the bench, in the dugout, managing affairs, making sure he directs his players on the field of play so well. Very young man, but his tactical ingenuity is never in doubt. He's been playing so well. His side is playing so well in this particular game, and credit to him. He's doing something important with his group. They also have their fair share of quality within their ranks, and they are giving Kotoko a very, very difficult time. Very, very difficult time. And in the first half, clearly shows. It is not that Kotoko are leading. That is the justification of the entire 45 minutes. They've played so well. They've also had their fair share of the chances. They've been threatening Kotoko defense. They've been playing so well, swinging passes together and making sure they hit Kotoko when the time is due. And they've not been able to score a goal here, but I think that they've not been a bad side at all playing against Krobia ASANTE KOTOKO, who are yet to lose a single game. So far as the 2024-2025 MTN FA Cup is concerned. A team that is yet to even concede a goal, a single goal in the competition. The second most successful club in the competition, MTN FA Cup. Taking House of Folk away, they come second in terms of teams clinching the most titles in the MTN FA Cup. So they are not playing against any mere side. They are not playing against any minnows. They are not playing against any middle table team, but rather it is Krobia ASANTE KOTOKO that they are playing against. Even in the top flight league, in the Ghana Premier League, the elite division, Kotoko are the team leading the league log. So with the kind of display they've showed in the first 45 minutes, clearly tells you the kind of football they also play in their division, and they are giving Kotoko a very difficult moment now.
Now, what should Coach Prosper Nate Ogum do just to increase the tally or just to maintain the one goal that they got in?
They have total control of the game. Kotoko have been dominating in all aspects of the game, from all departments, goalkeeping, midfield, defense, attack. Kotoko have been splendid. They've been enormous. They are playing so well. The individual quality is there. The team chemistry is there. The cohesiveness, the team combo, you could clearly see on the field of play between the players. And they have that understanding as well. That telepathic understanding at the back and in that midfield. In that midfield, I think that Justice Blair have been playing together with in team menu for quite some long period of time now. But Emmanuel Entry today is complementing them, playing as the playmaker for them. He's not been that bad though.
He's not been bad, but I'm not seeing. But I think that some of them, we are missing the service of Baba Yara. That is the same position that Baba Yara plays.
You could clearly see just after the referee blew his whistle, coach, the goalkeeper's coach Najau, he rushed to Emmanuel Entry and he was spoken to him. Just to encourage him, because you see, after receiving that yellow card, is going to also is not going to help him in the second half as well. Already he's making some 1 or 2 errors in the first half. So let's see what he also brings. Let's see the kind of changes that Dr. Prosper Nate Ogum is going to make ahead of the second department of the game. But Kotoko have the quality, especially even on the bench. Look at the kind of players sitting on Kotoko's bench. High quality, and these players start in any of the teams playing in the Ghana Premier League, not to talk of the Division 1 teams. Yeah.
Okay, quickly, let's look at officiating. We've seen Maswa Hansen was supposed to handle this game, but last minute it was changed to Afonso. So let's look at officiating so far in the first department.
Well, I think they've not been that bad. They've been good. We are humans. We all, as individuals, have our flaws, human errors. We also have it in the game, and we are not here. We are not having all the scientific and the machinery to help officiating this particular game. But I think that without penalty call, having a second, a third, and a fourth look at the incident. Hey. If we've got,
but let's look at the position of the referee and the assistant referee.
I think the assistant referee didn't help the center referee. Yeah. I think the assistant referee didn't help the center referee at all. He was in a better position to have spoken to the center referee that, hey man, senior, this shouldn't on any day be given as a penalty. But hey, it was given, and fortunately on the side of true democracy. The penalty got missed. Justice Blame missed the penalty, and it was a very good penalty taken from him. He sent the goalkeeper elsewhere. He sent the goalkeeper somewhere. By the end of the day, the post also helped, was in favor of true democracy, and now they are only coming into this second half with a goal deficit, which in any given moment they could get an equalizer and maybe find out the rest of the minutes and to send probably the game into penalty shootout. So they are still in the game, and watching them play in the first 45 minutes, they are a side they can surprise ASANTE KOTOKO. But KOTOKO with depth, especially on the bench, they could come in and affect the game positively.
So any moment from now, we'll be zooming straight to the second department of the game here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. It is the MTN FA Cup, and we are live on Adom TV, live on Joy Prime, live on Original TV, live on Metro TV, as well as Alpha Sports Center. So if our commentators are ready, Victor and Co, you can take over for the second department of the game.
Well, thank you very much. As we get ready to return for the second half department of the game. And already we can see Peter Meduakwa getting ready to come in. We'll speak about Kotoko. They beat Future Stars by 2-0. Honored Solaris Direct by also beating them by the same goal margin. before finishing 11-wise by Gotinel out this venue. And the money in the 14 jersey have just been retracted out of the game. With Peter Miduako coming in his place as Bafwa was being taken out. Well, let's see. True Democracy have got the edge to have sat this Kotoko side who are very promising and have got so much arsenals within their fort. Right from the back into the middle and into the attacking options, the likes of Kwame Opoku. Not forgetting about Albert Amwa, who is Kotoko's leading scorer at the moment in the Ghana Premier League and even in the MTN FA Cup. Watching on from the sidelines this evening, we might just be seeing a glimpse of him. So Albert Amwa has scored 2 goals in one game of the MTN FA Cup. As we get a second half underway, as referee Afonso Atiapa blows for the commencement of the second half. So that's a confirmation of a substitution for you. Repeat Tamido Aqua coming in. We'll talk about Kotoko. They've been 9-time winners of the MTN FA Cup back in 1958 when they lifted the first one. Followed it up in 1959 before they also lifted the same trophy in 1960. There has been consecutive performances from the Porcupine Warriors and took a long break before they lifted it in 1978, 1984, 1997, 1998 season. Took another long break. Came back to lift it in 2001. Went on almost 13 years break and won it in 2014. And the last one coming back in 2017. And now they feel like they've got the advantage to add another one to their trophy cabinet. Street Democracy pushing men forward. Drags it onto the left-hand side. And that's Sani Akruglu into the box now, looking for a bit of space to hit it to Akruglu. Blocked by Justice Blade. That's clever defended from the big man. Here's Kwame Opoku. Anyway, still is already up. Tiapa Afonso noticing something. And this will be True Democracy throwing. Abdul Hanan getting a shot a while ago, taking that one. Just a struggle, Camara. Met it. And Kotoko will need to be very careful. I'm sure Coach Lukman Imoro have been able to stabilize his side in the dressing room with so much pep talk. And you can see how they really come at the moment. Feeling as if nothing happened in the first half. It's a big kick. And it's just too close to Mohamed Kamara. We'll pick it again. He's got no issues at all. As far as that ball has been thrown it in his own defensive area. Here's the JT. What can he hack onto it? It's just too heavy. And True Democracy wins the train advantage. For cross-section of the fans in the stands here, enjoying every bit of this game this evening. Has got to kill Rick Stats Oliver from the back. And now safer. Botchway bringing it forward. Touch it a bit into the middle. Cross pass it. Brought across. This could be a big moment for True Democracy, but Kamara is able to prevent the situation. Manages to get a hand to it. Just found out Joseph Ablo is not part of this match squad, if you remember very well. Just look at it, it's very, very close, isn't it? Very, very close. But more closer to Kamara than to Akrugu. "50-minute played. Dasamiru Akwa. True Democracy breathing through the pocket of space on the left-hand side. And Team Meno. The referee just hot to play a bit. There's a bit of clutch between these two players. And you can see that Kumasi indeed love their football out here in the Anames. And a Saka Dauda, the goal scorer for Kotoko on the turf. And so you have Amedu Akwa and Kwame Poku watching on. There's a bit of chit-chat ongoing as well as we try to have a better view of that situation once again. Well, that's Mahamadou in the 4 jersey for True Democracy. Here's Ransoma Channels this evening. The centre back. Has been one of the players who have always begun all the games for True Democracy this season. Also, he's been escorted out, Sakarauda. And it's a difficult situation to accept. And doesn't look like he will be returning anytime soon to join his colleagues in the fray. And Coach Prosper Natiogu will possibly be lining up a substitution. Well, so that's a confirmation. We have Abed Samoa coming in. And Kotoko's threats in attacking Ted have just been magnified with Abed Samoa coming in. That's Akwa taking his time. Hostage play. Yes, in team. Somebody now just close by, decides to head it back to JT. That's Akwa. Just got a very lovely fit. Test it in. And smashed away. Falls to Mufas. That's a strong challenge. The sympathy of the referee. So that's a confirmation of the change for Yosaka that fails to return. Albert Timur, it's been a very, very long time he was taken to the field for the Porcupine Warriors, plagued by injury. And now at least he's got opportunity to show what he's got once again. Never in doubt anyway. The Sambal now in Team Eno drops a dip to the hearts of defense for Sifa. Here's a JT. And Kotoko will have to run forward now. And Sabedamwa with the first touch since coming in. That's Shani. That's Abdul Basit. It's back to Mahmoudou. Back to Abdul Basit. Here's Shani. We'll have to run through that narrow space and end up losing out on possession. That's Abed Samwa. Well, you've got to give him a bit of opportunity. It's been a long while he never kicked the ball in a competitive match for the Porcupine Warriors. Here's Akwa. That's play. Kotoko really cooling the tempo of the game as they string passes together. Back infield. Here's JT. Returns it back to the defensive line and a safe omitted. Back to Kimara. What a way they really managing to keep possession. Boxing the midfield and trying to draw True Democracy out of the defensive shell. That's Botchway. With the sympathy of the referee. And so to Ember. Well, they've been rewarded with the free kick. As your skipper get ready to quickly take it. Find Shani. Or left dip one to the far right hand side. But on the best of crossing. And so to Ember once again try to lash out at Mohamed Kimara, who is so miles out of his own post. And it's not a very clever decision. In Team Menu. And it's back to the foot of True Democracy. Shani. Abdul Basit. Here's Blay for Kotoko. It's Samidu Akwa. Entry, lovely play from Entry. He was trying to pick up Kwame Opoku. But it's just too heavy for him. Well, it's a red party tonight here at the Barbara Sports Stadium. That's why we have a lot of yellows all over. And you can see the MTN FA Cup really colouring this edifice here. But the Kotoko fans are really, really painting the Barbara Sports Stadium really red. They're saving it. And it's back to Ajin. Here's Abdul Basit. 0-2. Here's Mahmoud. Here's Botchway. He's got his colleague ahead of him running into that pocket of space. But decides to retrap back to 0-2. Here's Anderson and Kotoko wins possession again. That's from Abed Amwa. That's Godfrey Amwa. We'll talk about Godfrey Amwa. He's been one of the most experienced goalkeepers you can find in a Division 1 league. After, interestingly, having a very beautiful stint with one of the best clubs in the country. And I'm just talking about a club that many have wished to play for. Heart of Lions, and also Dreams FC a bit. Sakwa finds play in the middle. And Timeno drags it back. Looking for Sifa, but picks camera instead. The Pakipan Warriors not really in a hasty attack at all, but there's a bit of trouble looming here. And Godfrey Alma picks it up. Releases a heavy one. An advantage to stay with Kotoko as we hit the 60th minute mark. And it's still the same old story of Saka Dowders goal separating these two teams. And so to back to Otu. True Democracy in possession now. It's lofted over. But Kamara blasted back. Goes on this in. Failing to really keep his eyes on the ball and ends up giving up possession. And Kotoko once again. It's a bit problematic as they uncharacteristically just balloon out the ball for True Democracy's advantage of taking that throwing set piece. Jean quickly takes it from Ali of second year Zakes. 60 minutes. That's the scoreline. That's the time at the moment. And you can understand it's a bit of tiredness all over. As we've then it's already. It was well taken by Botchway. Decides to go for the head. Oh my goodness, it's in! It's in! Oh my goodness, it's in! And Botchway with a thunderbolt to beat Mohamed Kamara to it. And True Democracy are back in the style in the Garden City. And it's the man in the 10 who strikes them into the game. I've just told you that Kotoko needs to really sit on the edge of their seat. With the way True Democracy have been very calm in the last few minutes in this particular half. Not showing that hastiness they saw in the first 45 minutes. And it's Botchman who brings back the Tampa Best club into the game. What their fans have been calling for. Really beating Kamara to his far post. Arriving a shield late. And yes, goes under him. That was very quick. That was very fast. Well, as a Botchway formerly of Wafa and SNFC, have just gotten that vital goal for True Democracy. It's 1-0 at pace now. And it's game on in Kumasi. Not very happy. My force Nyaba Idi needs to be very careful. Well, let's see how the Porcupine Warriors recovers from that death of a goal that have just been equalized. And you can see this man on your screens. Dr. Prosper Natiogum. Sakura bringing it forward. It's a very beautiful run by him. Amwa is breaking away into that space. That has been taken for them. And you can see most of the fans all over the stands are not very happy with that touch on the young lad. And you can really understand why. They're really edging their men to get back into the game. So let's see if they've got a lot of options. But it's the free kick. Kotoko have been rewarded with the free kick. And the question is that will they really take it well to the advantage like we saw through democracy? Took advantage of that. It's checked over and it's well dealt with. And through democracy, ran out of that space. And Timeno conceding the throwing advantage. So let's see how they fare in the remaining minutes of the game. Samedo Akua once again running out the far side. Bringing it in. Finds entry. Lots of twisting and turning. Safer. Intimino breaks away from his marker. Lovely chip over. Now Sakwa giving away possession. True Democracy will have to come for it. Here's a heavy run from Anderson, and it's back to Kamara. I was just thinking what we're about to see. Some more tornado coming for Emmanuel entry. We also got seen Babaya coming. Justice Blake going off for Tenedo. As Babaya have been introduced for a middle entry. Well, the captain lifts the turf. And it's just wondering that'll be running to his man at this point. If he had scored from the penalty spot, only Kotoko would have still have a bit of hope. Anyway, just not too late. It's just even. They've got big 22 minutes to play. Here's Arjun. Back into the middle. And there's nobody in the yellow to connect onto it. Asintimeno will have to bring it forward. Abdul Basit to the far right-hand side, looking for Mahmoud. And he arrives to shield late. It's Mahfouz instead. That was being searched for in that fray. Just Tenedo with the first actions coming in. Some more Tenedo. Taking his time. Let's see what he can orchestrate from the middle. Here's JT. Here's Samoa. Oh, I told you about him. He might be a bit rusty since he's lost so much game time. And he cannot really fault him. Another poor pass. True democracy. Here's justice. And it's back to Kamara. It's a very high tempo game at the moment. We've done 70 minutes. And they're saving. What is the time, Coach Lokman Imoro? We need to tell his boys to keep their heads cool in a game like they did in the last 25 minutes or so, at least to draw level. And they hit the decision. They'll be laughing at the wrong side of their mouth as Kotoko will have to continue to press. And this is a big moment coming in. It's drawn back. Oh my goodness, that is a real piece of Iraq defending. Clear opportunity for Kotoko to take the lead. And the fans seems to be really enjoying themselves under the floodlights here in Kumasi. Let's just watch it. No Zabe Tamwa. We'll just stop on the line by Mahmoud. It's up there, Bassett. That's a lovely hit over to the far side, looking for Mafus. What is just to have it. And Kotoko will get out of that ball, throws it in. Here's Sifa, here's Ajete. Here's Babayaya. Here's Abetamwa. And it's Babayaya once again. The former King Faisal man. We'll bring it back onto the right-hand side. ASN team whips it over and loses everybody but could only meet to White Shed. That's Botchway. You don't need to wait for the ball at this moment. You need to go for the ball. And they need to be careful. ASN team, Kotoko driving into True Democracy's half. Big chance. And a big man blasted onto the ground, and you can see it dangles over. It's 72 minutes. And the man in the 77 sets will get ready to bring it up front. Well, the last time again in, Mohamed Kamara fails to make any started in Beth. Against Legon Cities, Summertex, Young Apostles, and even break into the squad against Holy Stars, but was on the bench in that game. Here's Samba O'Neill. Back to Samba. Here's Tinedu. Let's looking for Amidou Akwa. Lovely one to play with Amidou Akwa. Breaks into the box. And that's just too weak for a penalty, isn't it? Yes, there was a bit of contact, but in terms of how animals that contact was, it's just not enough to cause any penalty upset. Let's just look at it again. Well, we seems to have a man for True Democracy coming up as we watch this one once again. Just rolling over the turf. Peter Miluakwa. The Anderson has been retracted from the game. As we've seen Kwabena come in. What a spirited performance with 15 minutes more to go. And Kotoko in front of the home fans who need to quickly fasten off something special to at least make it into the semi-finals. Hold on a minute. That's another player that has been lifted out in some big trouble. It looks to be Sifa. It's just been brought out. It's a big moment. That's the money in there for the shot, and that's a disappointing kick there from Sane. He could have done better with that crossing. So too. We'll release a long one into that track once again, but Kotoko Sambo there brings it back. Here's Sifa. Here's Sifa really taking a bit of walk up field. JT and it's blocked by Kwamina, who's just coming. Here's JT once again, lays onto it. Release a long one into the channel. And has been turned away by Edgin. Show Democracy escaper. Being rock solid at the back. Really ensuring that he read such a towering wall for Kotoko's frontman to have a very difficult task crossing this evening. Reason why you've not seen Kwame Opoku in his element tonight. Kotoko looking for options. And Timeno from that distance comes off the body of the True Democracy man. And they'll have to try again. This time around a Samba or twisting 10. It's picked up by Godfrey Amwa. Tinedu brings it back to Sambaonel, the former Rahim FC player. Signing a 2-year deal with the Pocket Pan Warriors. That's a big movement there. True Democracy needs to be careful. And here they'll love to attack. That's a big hit out the far side. Justice waiting for it, blasted in, and it's been intercepted by Sambonel. And you can see Akugri was just waiting at the receiving end. As my force walks through it. He'll decide to leave it for Bassett instead, I guess. But this was the moment Kotoko was looking to pounce on a loose ball. In True Democracy's penalty box. That was a big touch from Kwame Opoku. And center across. On the best of header from Alassane Mamadou. And the Temaside fans will continue to rejoice in the yellow stand. And Sifa brings it back to Kamara. 10 minutes left on the clock. And we could be heading for the penalty shootout to separate these two teams. We've already seen two Division 1 side crossover into the semi-finals, with Brecum Chelsea being the only Premier League rep. And we would have to see if you're going to have another Division 1 team, or we'll see another Premier League team to make it two apiece in terms of the representation and the ratio. Here's Timeno bringing it forward from the right-hand side. Babaya brings it back to Timeno. Hits it onto the right-hand side. Yes, Ajete sends it to Isringa. Has been dealt well by Ajin. Kwabena whips it up front. And True Democracy will have to run riot. Mafus. Botchway. It's a very cheeky pass. And he should be a bit disappointed himself with that kind of pass. Here's Peter Miduakwa. Babayaya. Here's Abetamwa. Lovely spread to the far right hand side for Ajete. Saturday swinger. This could be the moment, but what a big hand from Godfred Amwa to deny Kotoko their second of the game. Every moment in this encounter, I tell you. And now the fans all over the stands are quiet, especially for the Kotoko fans who felt they should have been leading by 2 or 3 goals already, with the kind of opportunities that have felt their way. Desperate header from Patrick Asieru, but that's a big save from the goalkeeper. And the former Hearts of Lions man and Dreams man really making True Democracy really stay intact in the last 8 minutes of the game. It's blasted up front. And that's another big chance coming from the man in the 41 shirt. That's Mafus. And you can say Kotoko absolutely outnumbering True Democracy players in the final third of the pitch. It's just Mafus and Justice Kruger who will be lurking around Kotoko's final third, as most of the men have been static at the back and even in the middle. It's going to be a long throw in. Yes, Justice. Giving a tall order from Sambonel, who's trying not to give any breathing space to try and send any killer across. And is successful with that attempt. It's long. Quickly well taken, but has been brought to the chest of Kwame Apoku. He's just having a very difficult time. Not True Democracy finding a huge inspiration and the fact that they've been able to walk to the stage of the competition. And that's what has really kept them going into tonight's game. And you can see Lukman Imoro. I could have done better. He covers his face with his palm. He has to take a bit of a seat and just watch on. Got 6 minutes to play for. And 6 minutes to ask the big questions of whether Kotoko can really fancy their chances from free kick set piece they've just got in. And it's cut out once again. But they'll have a corner kick from the far left-hand side. Let's see. Sergin tries to extract his man out the back. There's no time to complain. That's Tenedo. Picks it for Kotoko. Fires in Temedo. Plenty of space for him. Drags it to the right-hand side. Ajete. He's got Babaya running into the channel down the right-hand side, but decides to go long into the box. It's picked by Temedo. That's a heavy challenge from Justice. Abdul Basit blasted up front. 4 minutes left. And it's been a real game tonight. You cannot just miss the action for a second. Don't take your eyes off it. It's drama upon drama. And Samba on our Brentford fire decides to square one to Safer. It's still Safer looking for a bit of help. Finds in Timeno. Here's O'Neill. And Timeno. Babaya onto his right hand side. Here's Ajete. And that's Mafus. Kotoko returning possession. Unless they have the free kick. That's a very cute angle. And that's Patrick Casiedo. Don't go behind it. God, you can see the fans, the Kotoko fans, to be very specific. Really hailing their man to find a second. Not up being elusive in the second half. Yes, Kamara. Decides to hit it up front. Yes, Shane. Back from Ajete. And Kotoko have the train advantage, quickly taken. Yes, Yaya. Drifting onto the edge of the 18-yard, decides to curl it into the far post. But it's just too heavy. He couldn't really tame it below the crossbar. And it's just been a summary of the story today for most of the teams. Struggling to find that top corner of the goal post. Yes, True Democracy's coach. You can see him. As Crawford stays on the turf. Well, just 1 minute left to hit the 90th minute mark. And all that tension to be shifted to the two goalkeepers between the sticks for Kotoko and True Democracy FC. And even the man who will be selected to take those penalty kicks. We shall be waiting to see the number of minutes that will be added on. Considering there is temporal hold up here. Well, let's to attend to Godfrey Amwa. And it's all good. All the best of story for Coach Prosper Natilgum. In the MTN FA Cup, as far as his career is concerned. So 9 minutes of additional time, big minute for Kotoko, and for True Democracy. That'll be a lot. I was just talking about Coach Prosper Natilgum in MTN FA Cup. The quarter-final run has been his best finish so far. After exiting in 2022 at a round of 64. Exited in 2024 at a round of 16. And he's going to place better with the 1-1-8 stage with the Porcupine Warriors this evening. And he'll be looking to improve it further. JT, that's a lovely cut. Well, I see. That's a red card. Match in order for Coach Lukman Moro. And you can see the former petite man very furious about the decision from referee Alfonso Atiapa. That's a clever header back to his goalkeeper. And you can see the emotions really being inflicted in this penultimate quarter-final matchup. And a lot of cards have been flying high in this evening fixture. I think the highest of this quarter-final. And someone else giving it a strong battle by Justice Akogri. And the referee flashing out another one to Justice Akogri. Wouldn't have to be a bit careful. That's a bit silly, isn't it? Just getting himself into the book of the referee for no reason. We'll go for that one. Stays a bit longer on the tap. Unless you wind down the clock a bit. Drives one up front. Sam Martinez. That's Mafus being the culprit on the far right hand side. Yes, if goodbye, Ajete curls it in. Forcing Kotoko player. Somebody headed back now. Sam Martinez instead. Aqua drifting from the left hand side. This could be a big moment. That is blocked by Abdul Basit. Kotoko still have the advantage, and it's in! It is in! It is in! It is in! It's Kwame Opoku with the winning goal for Kotoko. And the big man have just danced on the big stage. I told you, he does not need several touches within True Democracy's territory. Just a little, and he will be a bit problematic. And the Kotoko fans have just all of a sudden found their voice. Watch it once again. Was struck. And Kwame Opoku rejoices. Well, let's wait a minute. There seems to be a bit of big problem here. That's Abdul Basit. Just wondering what exactly might be the problem with those two players. And you can say Goffred. Not happy with the fourth official. And the referee will need to stamp his authority on the game. It's becoming a bit wild. And the emotions at the moment is just skyrocketing, especially for True Democracy. And the Kotoko fans will continue to really sing and dance. Which is what it. There were two players, especially the other one lying on the turf. And the complaint seems to be the reason the referee didn't whistle when one of the men was already down on the turf, but decided to play an advantage for Kotoko to take the lead. There's going to be a lot of complaints this evening. Just watch it again when Amedu Aqua ran into the channel. But the problem is to really detect what exactly happened to the two players lying on the turf before Kwame Opoku struck that one in. Referee Afonso Atiapa takes a look at his watch. And you can see the Kotoko fans in the numbers really rejoicing at the moment. 97 minutes. And it's Kotoko who are back in front. Yes, Abdul Basit back to Mahamudu. Yes, left it deep. Yes, Tenedu. That's a big hack. You can see Abedamwa. You can see Abedamwa. And the temperature into this game is just skyrocketing in this 9 minutes of the game. And the big man stays on the turf. Kwame Opoku. When will he stop scoring? He'll score against Bibiani Gold Stars, did him against Mediana, did him against Vision FC. Legon Cities, Summer Text 1996. And here's it tonight against True Democracy, the Division 1 side. And you can see the referee, Afonso Atiapa, will start the referee back in 2009, almost 15, 16 years now, really ensuring that the game resumes. And so much experience under his belt. Yes, some more tornado for Kotoko, Babayaya. Yes, Mohamed Kamara. Samba now. Back to Sefa. And Asante entered here. In Asante Regis, capital city. There's Asante Kotoko. That wonderfully beat True Democracy FC by 2-1. What a night. What a night for Coach Prosper Natelgum for the first time. Have been able to carry the side into the semi-finals. And what a season-defining moment for Kotoko. Well, atop of the Ghana Premier League. And I've also got another ticket in the second most revered competition in the country. But for this, True Democracy players, it's a lot of emotions. Emotions upon emotions at display. And they need to be very cautious. Let's get him over. It's a done deal. There cannot be any reverse to this game. And it's Kotoko that have set up a clash against Beckham Chelsea. So interestingly, in the semi-finals, we've got two Premier League clubs facing each other. And in the other way around, we've got two Division 1 side also meeting up. So definitely we've got a rep of the Ghana Premier League in the final, same for the Division 1 side, because a Trump Division was taken golden kick. Was Asante Kotoko takes on Beckham Chelsea in Takwa. That is just uncontrollable at the moment for the True Democracy players who've got so much explanations to do. And you can see some of their technical team trying to really calm matters down. Also, it's full time at the Babaya Sports Stadium. It's Asante Kotoko 2, True Democracy 1. I'll see, hand over to my colleagues at the pitch side.
At the Babaya Sports Stadium, the match has ended here. Kumase Asante Kotoko, they won by 2-0, and True Democracy, they are out of the MTN FA Cup. So now, I can tell you, Kotoko, Beckham Chelsea, Atram Divisa, then Golden Cakes, these are the teams that will be going for the semi-final of the game. Live on Metro TV, live on Original TV, live on Original FM, Alpha Sports Channel, so as Adum TV, then Joy Prime. My name is Danakwesi Admirable Jr. As you can see, the match has ended, and True Democracy, I don't know, they just don't want to accept the outcome of the scores. And the organizers are still talking to them. So in just a moment, I'll be talking to the coach of Kumase Asante Kotoko, Dr. Prosper Nati Ogum, who is the winning coach. So you know, it has been a very tiresome evening here at the Babayara Sports Stadium. Kumase Krobia Asante Kotoko won the game by 2-0. But True Democracy, as we always say, they are not accepting the results that came this evening here at the Babayara Sports Stadium. So we don't know what is going to happen. All the coaches, Coach Prosper Ogum is a bit angry. We are just trying to calm him so that he can also join us here and discuss. But Krobia, you can join me whilst we come, Coach Prosper Nate Ogum. The match has ended. Krobia, your perception about the match and the things that are happening.
Yeah, I think it has been an interesting game altogether. We've had a very good game in the first half. In the second half, highly intense game. Kotoko eventually have won the occasion and they are through to the semi-finals of the competition. From the blast of the whistle, I think from all departments, they've been the better side. But I think that they were given a very, very hell of a time, a very, very difficult moment they faced against through democracy. So it has never been an easy game for ASANTE KOTOKO. I think that they fought to clinch this victory and a well-deserved victory as well.
Let's look at the true democracy from their bench to the players, the way they are behaving. I'm surprised because at the end of the day, football comes with three things. You either win, you draw, or you lose. But I don't understand why they are behaving so. They are not accepting the results that came in their way. They said it was a foul and the referee did not support that infringement. That was the reason why they are behaving so.
Yeah, I think that this is something normal in football. It does happen as always. And you cannot blame them. It is part of football. Football is an emotional sport. And we all know how sometimes if results doesn't go your way, how you react. So they are also acting this way. Officials here, they could make a very vivid reason why as to why they are behaving this way. But I think that they also have their...
So, Kobe, I have the MVP.
Okay,
here.
Sure.
Andrews in Team Manu. He was the man of the match for the day. Andrews, how did you see the match?
It was good. It was good.
Okay.
Capability any the way mu.
Okay.
So what you say? If say o share no bit ya yem point and no say be a match na end and encourage you am I to me winning game no.
Now, in the second half, no time ago, the man, some man a coach catch him, and Mamunya that vim, that vigor, that's in somebody to me as a go no.
The American said, "Hey, I did no training grounds, even though you are a boy at home, and I say yes, show not 90 minutes in and I referee more, and don't just say be a wedding cuckoo into or catch us say yenny at home now and come there into also my power and my energy, and my day, Jumano."
Okay, once again, congratulations. That is Andrews in Team Manu. I'll be speaking to Coach Prosper Nate Ogum, who is the coach of ASANTE KOTOKO, the winning coach. Strategically, Kotoko, they are through to the semi-final of the game. We are now trying to calm nerves down. Coach, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Your perception about the match? I know there is tension here, but...
I mean, there's no tension.
Okay.
I mean, you can't come and play football and then just misbehave like that. That's absolute indiscipline.
Yes.
You don't do that.
And I know that the authorities are going to handle...
Yeah, you
yes.
don't do that, especially when players are involved. Players, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You leave some of these
and I like the way you controlled your players because recently it happened in Swatema.
Exactly.
Yes, so...
I'm coming from the backdrop of an experience, so we don't have to let it repeat itself. In any case, was the goal a good goal or it was not a good goal? We were playing... You equalized and you started delaying. The referee added 9 minutes.
9 minutes,
and
yes.
we have scored. So what is the problem again?
I
Now the coach starts insulting everybody. The backroom staff, everybody is insulting everybody here.
I think that the football authority is going to take this case up. But let's come back to the match. When they equalized, what did you tell your players?
I just told them that they should still keep calm, keep to the structure, keep passing the ball, because when they equalized, we realized that they sat back.
Because they started ballooning the ball, and I heard you telling them, put the ball down,
put the ball down on the turf, because they also move into a low block. And when a team moves into a low block, you need to keep the ball and look for the spaces and play the ball into the spaces. So I think that actually worked. And then from there, we kept increasing the momentum, and then gradually we pinned them to their half and we got the goal.
Okay, let's go straight. Wednesday you'll be playing against Bechem United. When you went there, you lost that match. What should you look for?
It's Brecum Chelsea.
It's Brecum Chelsea, yeah. Yes. When you went there.
Wednesday will talk for itself. Thank you.
Coach, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
So that is Coach Prosper Nate Ogum, the winning coach for ASANTE KOTOKO. Krobia, you heard from the coach. He said you know, he's coming from the back that what happened in Swacheman, because I saw him controlling his players, and he has that experience. Yeah. That was the reason why he was controlling his players, and he is pleading with Ghana Football Association to take this matter up. Do you go with the coach?
Yeah, I think so. If you have any reservation, you take it to the appropriate quarters for them to handle the situation. So I think that if other side felt cheated, I think they can lodge a proper complaint at the appropriate quarters for them to sit on the situation and look at it, how everything transpired. So I think that we've had a very interesting game. We've had a very good game here. It has been an interesting 2 days, quarterfinals of the MTN FA Cup being held at one particular place for the first time. I don't even remember whether this has happened before in the history. So it has been an interesting occasion from yesterday and today. So let's congratulate the organizers and every single person that have a hand in this.
So we're live on Metro TV, live on Original TV, live on Joy Prime, so as live on Adum TV, AFA Sports Channel, Net2 TV. On Facebook, it was AFA Sports _GH. To the media team, the production house, AFA Sports Channel, we say a very big thank you to you. You guys have really done very, very well. Director Olonka, to the Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Kukubani, and all of you guys. My name is Nana Kwesi Ajima Prepper Jr. I did this with Krobia Asante. This way, we drop the curtains. We are out.